Fuck, you're old.
Get ready, everybody. Sparky's Paranormal and Outdoors coming at you. You're going to see, sometimes, videos like this. You're going to hear EVPs sometimes like this. I can't promise you every video is going to have anything, because it's not. Sometimes it's going to be me out there being boring. But you know what? That's what research is. Let's go find stuff. Come join me. Hey everybody, Sparky coming at you. I had an interesting question a little while ago between when I did the video on the fairy forest, this here in Ponderosa State Park in McCall, Idaho. There was a question about how can you tell when it's fairies and how can you tell when it's spirits and or other entities and all that kind of stuff. And to be honest, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. But one of the many things you can do, like I was at, you'll find flowers been placed, you'll find crystal rocks placed, stuff like that. That's more indicative to fairies or fae folk. Fae folk is not just fairies. There's a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of different ones, and they do have different things they do. Now, spirits, most of the time you're going to hear EVPs. You might hear some moving around, that sort of thing. But with fae folk, when you hear it moving around, it sounds like a small child running. The steps are really, really fast, close together. They're very light on their feet. So when you hear them running through the forest, you can hear them like dun-dun-dun, through the weed, stuff like that. I have a tendency to, like, when I'm around spirits, I get energetic. Like, I can feel like energy building in the room when I go in somewhere where there's a lot of like prominent spirits. If I go into an area where it's fae folk, I have a different feeling. It's hard. I say it's like a warm energy feeling. It's more of a greeting for the most part, and they will kind of like, hey, what's up, until you get into an area they don't want you to be in, and then you'll notice little things. They do stuff like Bigfoot does. They'll toss little pebbles. They'll move little sticks. They'll make little areas where it's round circles of rocks, sticks together, that sort of thing. One of the biggest things that happens with fae folk that doesn't happen with the spiritual realm that much is they will move things. Not saying spirits can't, because we all know they can, but it's rarity of a spirit like a poltergeist that can actually move things. Fae folk are really known for moving your car keys, hiding things and bringing them back, just to kind of go, I'm here, kind of like a little joke kind of thing. I always tell people, if they have that kind of thing, mention it out loud and say, dude, that was funny, but please don't mess with my car keys because I have to get to work or I have to take care of the family or whatever, but that was a good one. Let them know you knew it was them, but don't mess with that. They might hide your hat. I've had them hide my favorite knife before. I've had them hide my gloves, my hat, different things I use every day, and then I'll find them in the weirdest spot. They always bring them back, but usually it's one of those things. So when you're talking about the difference between fae folk and spirits, it is a hard definition of trying to figure out what it is when you're talking to people. Most of the time, it's how it happens and what they actually do. And also, I found most fae folk, if you get them on EVP, you'll get some that either have like really deep voice or they'll have more of a kid's voice. They have a whole bunch of ranges, mind you, where spirits are mostly kind of, for the most part melatonin. You do hear some like kid voices, and you hear some other stuff, but they're more like echoey, ghostly sounding on EVP, if you will. I say ghostly sounding. Uh, they're echoey or faint. I don't even know how to describe that. Where FAE, when I do get them on EVP, most of the time, at some point, they get almost digital. It's a very odd thing. They sound different than spirits on EVPs for the most part when they're actually talking to you, which is kind of hilarious because when they're trying to talk to you, they come across digital, and when they're talking between themselves, they sound more like a recording, not even an EVP. They come across, it might be low in volume, but they come across very clear. Uh, Most of the time. Again, this all varies. That's why it's kind of hard to depend or to figure out what you're dealing with. So you kind of have to take the totality of everything and then kind of break it down to what you think it is. And the good part about Fae folk, if you keep on pushing of like, are you? They'll usually give you a response of yes, because they are proud of who they are and that kind of thing. So normally they will tell you yes. And spirits will morally go around the barn 900 times. So hope that helps. I know there was a question out there about that. Again, it's a hard one. If you have any questions, throw them down in the box as always. Remember, get out there, research, be honest, and have fun. Catch you guys later.